Tyron Woodley versus Darren Till. Tyron Woodley is the current UFC welterweight champion of the world. He's a tremendous wrestler who exhibits devastating power, and he's exhibited that power many times in the Ultimate Fighting Championships, leveling his opponents. He's got classic knockouts in his highlight reel. We remember the Jay Haran and the Josh Koscheck knockout, also the Dong Young Kim knockout, and when he won his championship against Robbie Lawler. He's defended it twice, beating Stephen Thompson and the grappling wizard Damian Maia. Darren Till is a huge welterweight, and he's only 24 years old. He fought Donald Cerrone in his last fight. He got to fight Donald in a main event, and he smashed him in the first round, broke Donald's nose, and we saw Donald quiver, and he winced. He was in pain, and he had to turtle up. He had to get out of that fight. And I heard other fighters say it wasn't a tough Donald Cerrone that night. Give me a break. Donald Cerrone is a legend. He's one of the toughest guys in the world, and if Donald made the decision to get out of that fight, you gotta respect it. Now, he won 4 fights in UFC already, Darren Till. He's got 16 wins, he's got 10 knockouts, and he's got this Muhammad Ali-esque aura about him. He says he's the greatest fighter in the world, and he's got the greatest striking in the world. Now, there's a certain conviction that this guy has in his voice. He knows he's the greatest. You could tell by listening to Darren that there's something different about this kid, and he's huge. He's got great striking. He's got amazing striking, and he actually holds his hands low in some of his fights, and we saw that he's not scared of his opponent, and he just ran through Donald Cerrone, did something different to Donald. We hadn't seen that done. He has one draw on his record, and it was in the Nicholas Dalby fight at UFC Fight Night 76, and he won the first 2 rounds. He proved that, you know, he was a better fighter than Nicholas until he went back to his corner after that second round, and we saw that he was gassing, and he was smashed in that 3rd round. He survived for the first minute, but the last 4 minutes he took one of the most epic beatings, a real beating of epic proportion. And if this guy's stock continues to rise, and we know it will, he's already ranked in the top 15, this fight is going to be more and more historic. The beating that he took from Nicholas Dalby was monumental, and he showed how much heart he has and how much will he has in that fight, and he didn't give up. And although 2 of the judges saw it as a draw because they gave Nicholas 10-8 rounds, the other judges saw it Darren's way. He could have won that fight, but at 22 years old, he put his body through it all, and he came out a better fighter since then. He's only 24 years old right now. Tyron Woodley is 35. He's going to be the taller fighter. He's a huge welterweight. He's 6 feet tall, and Tyron's 5'9". Tyron was a collegiate wrestler, and we know what he brings to the table. He brings that devastating power that can come out at any time in just one fist. So this would be a tremendous fight, and I think it's going to happen one day. Darren Till is the next UFC welterweight champion of the world. I'm telling you guys, I'm putting it out there now. This kid is phenomenal, and he knows it. There's something different about his soul and about his heart and about what he brings to the fight. Peace out, guys. Love you all.